It's DC Fandome, or another way to put it is probably what they would have said at San Diego Comic-Con if it hadn't sucked and nobody cared. Anyway, DC Fandome is going on. We're on day one, and there's a number of little announcements. And so here to recap all the news is, me. And let me see if I can give you the rundown of what's going on. Hey everybody, this is Perch. It is DC Fandome, and there's just a handful of news and things going on. There's still some more things going on today, but basically this is kind of the online. You're not at Comic-Con, so you're at home and you're watching a bunch of things. I will give it credit for this. Fandome had a much better kind of user interface. They seem to, at least tell the majority-ish of the people to like clean up the room behind them, to not have look like a bunch of slobs. That was a problem with San Diego Comic-Con. A lot of those online panels. It's like the one with Dan Slott came out. It's like, Jesus, like vacuum your house behind you. I mean, good Lord. Some of that stuff was just painful. I don't know, or I'm just distracted by it. I admit this could be my own little weird hang up. I totally admit that. At any rate, a little bit more gloss. This is starting to feel a little bit more like what an online convention could look like. Of course, there's been the DC signature last minute changes and shrinking and all that kind of stuff going on. But generally, show's going out okay. So what are these big announcements? Well, we'll start with the comic book stuff first, because that's probably why you've come to the show. There's kind of two stories. The big one is that Milestone, the imprint of DC, is coming back, and it's coming back in February, and it's going to start with Static Shock. It's going to be published digital first, and then there will be an ongoing Static Shock series. At least we assumed Static Shock by writer Reggie Hudlin, artist Kyle Baker, and there will be a graphic novel. No, I take it back. So now I'm reading different news stories. I could swear in the announcement there was some indication that there'd be an ongoing series, but maybe there is, maybe there isn't. I don't know. The news was a little bit convoluted, I have to say, but Dennis Cohen is coming back for Icon and Rocket, and there will be more Milestone comics to come. So a bunch of different things. You can get caught up September 12th with a little sampler, and it's we're getting Cohen, Jim Lee, Ryan Benjamin, Koi Pham, Scott Hanna, Bill Sienkiewicz, Don Ho, Alex Sinclair, Darren Bennett, and more. And we're bringing back Milestone. So Milestone has been announced for a long time that it's coming back, and then there were some disagreements, and then there was some legal issues, and it just it's going back and back and back. And about 2017, 2018, we were told that it was coming for sure, and that we would get something kind of along the lines of Rebirth, but it did not happen. So now 2021, Milestone is finally coming back. That's probably the biggest comic news, I would say, coming out. The other is a little bit more information on the John Ridley Batman series, which really didn't reveal too much more. It is that, yes, he is doing a 4-issue limited series. It will not star Bruce Wayne. We kind of knew that. And that there will be another unnamed Batman, Bat-person, Bat character. Okay, sounds good. And he basically says that, if you know that I'm writing it, there's a better than 47% chance he's going to be a person of color, and that the story will focus on the family of Lucius Fox. So unless you're a complete idiot, this is Luke Fox that will be in the cowl of some kind. And again, 4-issue series. Everybody's making a huge deal about Jim Lee saying it will have a huge impact in comics, in the line, and that's all cool, well and good. However, none of this is going to be that Batman is getting replaced for all time. We've got a movie coming out which also has been part of Fandome, and so it is a 4-issue limited series. Sounds good. John Ridley writing it. I'm sure they'll promote it. Hopefully better than what Marvel did with Spider-Man and J.J. Abrams, but we will see. What's amusing about this whole story is that Bleeding Cool kind of immediately went to articles to say, see, we were right. It's like, sorry, bitch, you were not right. you claimed that all the characters in DC were being retired, and there's going to be a brand new legacy for all the major characters. That this is a 4-issue limited series written by John Ridley that will feature Luke Fox. I'm going to give you some more bold predictions. So hey, some of you news sites, you could totally steal this from me. And just to put it in proper perspective, here's my. You ready? Here's some scoops. I can't tell you when this is happening, but over the next 30 years in comics, these things are going to happen. Number one, there will be somebody other than Steve Rogers in a Captain America costume. It's true. Some of the X-Men will die, most likely Jean Grey. We will get somebody else in the Iron Man armor, at least, and possibly a woman. Could happen. Actually will happen. Superman will have a secret identity again, Clark Kent. It will happen. Aquaman will have a title again and be canceled again, and then probably have a title again. This will happen like 20 more times. That's going to happen. My point is, we've seen different people in the Batman cowl before. It's not the boldest prediction in the world to say that will happen again. It will happen again. By the time Batman rolls around, we will have Bruce Wayne. But that was the announcement. Just John Ridley basically saying, I'm excited to do this, and I'm going to do this. So that's really the comic news we had. Now, we did get a first look at Cheetah, and it's funny because a bunch of people were posting like, this is disgusting, but it looks pretty good to me. I mean, she looks ragged and creepy and feral. I mean, that's kind of what I want to see out of Catwoman. I think this is much better than if she looked like one of those characters from Cats. I mean, I think that I think this could have gone way, way wrong. And the Catwoman I saw, the tiny little 2-second clip, I think, looked pretty damn good. I mean, I can't complain. Looked okay. They're running around, and I looked mean and angry. I don't know. That Wonder Woman gold costume looks a lot more weird to me. I'm just, it's the helmet. The helmet's what looks a little strange. But anyway, so we've got to see Catwoman. We got to hear about Flash. So Flash is a movie that's still coming out. And we heard little bits and pieces of it before. Ezra Miller came out and immediately punched some fans as part of the. No, he didn't do that. But it is going to deal with the multiverse. It is going to have Michael Keaton and Ben Affleck reprising their roles as Batman. No word on Val Kilmer, but here's holding out hope. We can have Batman in the future where he's eating Robin. That there could be that. So at any rate, we are going to deal with the multiverse, and it led into a larger conversation where DC basically said all of their movies, whether they're Joker or Justice League or Shazam or Steel or the Halle Berry Catwoman. No, they didn't say that, but it was basically all these films exist. It's all part of their multiverse. They all count, and that they're all counting. That's what they're doing, including Superman 3. 4. I love Superman 3. Superman 4 was a crappy one. Superman 3 was the awesome one with Richard Pryor, where he hacked a computer and stole pennies, and that was incredible. So anyway, we are getting the multiverse, and now we have a race for who can explain and get the multiverse concept to their fans faster. Will it be Doctor Strange in Madness of the Multiverse, or will it be The Flash? We'll find out. Then we got some information on Batman Gotham Knights. This is WB Montreal. It's a new game, but no Batman. So instead, you're going to have Robin, Batgirl, Nightwing, and Red Hood, and it looks pretty damn cool. The Batman games are always pretty cool. This is going to have the Court of the Owls and really kind of go into more of Batman. So finally, the last bit of news we got is we finally have the full cast of the Suicide Squad. So James Gunn's, this isn't Guardians of the Galaxy, I'm working for DC this time, movie is, first of all, we got a huge team, and we got the full list of everybody. So take a deep breath, hold your butts. Here's who we've got. We have, man, how many of these names am I going to butcher? Let's say most of them. So Idris Elba will be Bloodsport. Margot Robbie, Harley Quinn, of course. John Cena playing Peacemaker. Viola Davis coming back as Amanda Waller. Jai Courtney as Captain Boomerang. Joel Kinnaman, Rick Flag. David Dashmalchian is going to be Polka Dot Man. Daniela Melchior will be Ratcatcher 2. Steve Agee doing mocap will be King Shark. And Sean Gunn will be Weasel. Again, mocap. Got to get that brother in there. Nepotism! Anyway, Falola Borg will be Javelin. Nathan Fillion will be TDK. Peter Capodelli will be the Thinker. That's an interesting one. Pete Davidson will be Blackguard. Alice Braga, Solsoria. Mei-Ling Ng as Mongol. Michael Rooker, Savant. Storm Reed as Bloodsport's daughter, Talia. Jennifer Holland as Amelia Harcourt. and Juan Diego Bato as Luna. And we got to see a few clips and some information on there. It looks nice and crazy. I mean, it looks like, it looks like James Gunn is doing a crazy little movie. So, can't argue with that. Michael Rooker looks particularly just absolutely nuts. So, and Pete Davidson. Why is Pete Davidson getting work? I mean, I'm sorry. I mean, I know there's some fans out there, but anyway, John Cena as Peacemaker is an interesting one. That's potentially. Yeah, I don't know. There's some good stuff there. I'm sure it will be nuts and all the rest. Now the question will be how. Like, are people in for zany superhero movies? My feeling is that people are going to come back to the theaters after COVID and everything else, and they're just going to want some entertainment. They're going to want some solid movies. They're not going to be in the mood for kind of meta films. I think they've had their fill with Netflix kind of doing that. But anyway, so that's what we know. That is DC Fandome. Those are the announcements so far. I'm sure there is more. We did get a Zack Snyder Justice League cut. And so, with a little bit of a view of Darkseid. So that's interesting that we're going to see some of them. And it'll be interesting to see how different this is. But not only is it going to be different, my suspicion is that they've taken some pains to make it more different. I mean, now they got to kind of deliver on this. This really is a very different cut. It can't just be like, hey, here's some deleted scenes. So, it is what it is. So let me know what you think. Milestone Comics, are you excited? A Flash movie? Yeah, the John Ridley Batman. What do you think? What do any of these news announcements excite you? What haven't you seen? And what are you ready for next? Was it the train wreck that you thought it was, or pretty good? Let me know in the comments below. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you're tuning into all this, and let me know particularly if this is the way of the future, and you'd rather have this than a Comic-Con, or if this is all just a bunch of garbage in 2020. Screw it. Anyway, who is it for you? I guess is the question. Hey, subscribe if you haven't subscribed to the channel. Why not? Or if you have, why'd you do that? I mean, that was a mistake. Anyway, follow me on social media. Shoot me an email. Most importantly, guys and girls, thanks for listening.